Hi everybody, I'm at the 10-minute mark in my experiment and this is what I'm seeing. On my cinnamon here, there seems to be some separation, especially in the heated glass, the heated water. You know, it seemed to incorporate best initially, the cinnamon did, into the hot water. Into the cold water, there was this definite staying fluffy. It just didn't want to stir in even with the slurry method, and that made me think about the resins in cinnamon, and perhaps it had a little bit of hydrophobia because of those harder to melt resins, and perhaps that's why it seemed to incorporate better initially into heated water. However, there is some interesting separation happening here. In the colder ones, I'm starting to see them come together more like a slurry. There's less separation here, but it is definitely a little more difficult to incorporate. The slippery elm reminds me of some of the thickeners that we worked with in our prior module. My slippery elm, I'll get a lab spatula here. My slippery elm that was in boiling water has this kind of lumpy gravy consistency. It's kind of sticky. When you touch it, it's kind of sticky. It's definitely slimy. The one that had less concentration of herbs, so this is 1 teaspoon in 50 milliliters of boiling water, is still plenty viscous. It's pretty heavy. It's pretty sticky. It feels slimy. This was the most interesting one. This is the cold. This is 2 teaspoons in ice water. Look at how thick that's gotten. It's almost like a paste or I don't know. This one reminds me of gravy that's been in the refrigerator for a while after Thanksgiving. But it definitely is uniform. It is stirred in well, and it definitely seems to be extracting those demulcent properties. This is 1 teaspoon in 50 cc's. And again, kind of slimy, thinner than the first one, but still well incorporated. Definitely a little thicker to stir. And now here's my marshmallow. I definitely have some separation, some division in my boiling water sample on both of them. The marshmallow does stir in, kind of a thick liquid. Here's the colder ones. These ones are a little more uniform. They look a little more interesting to me. We're gonna see what happens as they continue to sit. So there's my marshmallow. Sorry, got a little bit of mess. My slippery elm, my cinnamon.